Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Today is Thursday, January 1st. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you're going to start the new year outright, okay? And becoming a member here, I am going to show you why you should be. All right. So, basically, what I'd like to do is take some time and get into some technicals. Okay, we're big on technical analysis. We don't just have our portfolios, we don't just have massive gains in all of our calls. There are reasons that we are doing so well. Okay, uh, it's definitely planning. Okay, planning those trades. All right, Phil said it best today. Prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Okay, so if you're a gunslinger and jumping in on the top and thinking it's going higher, you're wrong. If you're on the bottom and you think it's going to go short, you're wrong. Okay, you need to plan this stuff out. You need to do it the right way. You need to understand what the charts are doing. Shut the television off. Stop reading the blogs. Okay, because there's nobody better at this than you. Okay, and it's true. I understand your portfolio's red. I understand the market's green. Okay, it's had a wonderful year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but you're losing money every day. You're in control of that. It's that simple. Understanding technical analysis will definitely take you to the next level of understanding and being able to make the right decisions for yourself, knowing where to stop, okay? How to capitalize on your profits, best entries, best exits, protection. All that stuff we will teach you, okay? We got learning videos that have been coming in every day. There's going to be 103 in the package. We have forums with all the informations. We analyze sector shifting, okay? The team there has put in many, many, many years of understanding charts, back testing our scans, looking forward to what's going to happen, plan what's going to happen in the future, not just look at the past. So we're going to use the S&P 500 as an example here. Now, please understand that what I'm showing you is not everything that we do. It's not even close to what we do to analyze something, but I'm going to give you a basic layout and outlook of how to really dig a little bit deeper into what this is doing. And you can apply this to any company that you're looking at, whether you're looking to invest long term, you want to trade short term, you want to do a day trade. It's all based on your time frame analysis. Okay, you don't just look at one time frame. It's not just a daily chart says it all. Okay, it's not an hourly chart or a 10-minute chart or a 15-minute, whatever the case may be. If you're planning for a month trade, which I'm going to show you here as an example, okay, we're going to use different time frames to pick our entries, exits, and so on and so forth. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just give you some examples here of really digging a little bit deeper into the technical aspects of the chart. So we have a Wilder's RSI 14 with an overlay of the moving average 5, okay? And you can see the different reactions here as they cross each other, okay, and what takes place. And it's really working out well. Now I want you to remember one thing here for the future, okay? Look at the relative strength index. And what I want you to see is we just made, okay, that's all I want you to remember. Just remember that. All right. Keep it simple right now. So that's your relative strength index. And I'm going to get rid of that, but I want you to remember that. So over here, you can see we have the volume also. We have the stochastics right here. Okay. And we have the derivative oscillator. And we have the average true range. Okay. And these are just basic indicators that we've been working with. We like to add different indicators on our daily videos after a certain amount of time so people can start adjusting and learning the different indicators, and this is one way that we're doing it. We use about 57 on our full systems that analyze the market and get that true signal for either a measured move or just a dip or just a pop to the upside a little bit. So in doing the measured move, like we caught 4 times already, and we're coming up to our 5th time. So we had this measured move right here, which was fantastic. Okay, we had here, and we wrote it all the way down here for a reason. Okay, there was a reason we came all the way down to this area. Why did we think it was going to go all the way over here on a measured move? First of all, we can get a level 2 signal that tells you what's going to happen. We've trained our eyes, we understand what's going on. So I'm going to put the first red line right here. And if you could see, here's a little gap right here. You probably can't see it all too much, but there's a little gap right there. Whoops. Let's see if I can zoom it in on. Anyway, it's tiny, but there is a gap right here. And we had a gap. I think that, nope, there wasn't another one on this one. Okay, so we had this gap right here. So this move was pretty much dummy proof to make some big money after we came up and came into that overbought situation right here. See, you were overbought right here. So this is where you buy puts, but planning your time frame is the key on that, and we'll get into that after. So we wrote this down. After it broke the middle Bollinger Band, we had all our signals. We wrote it, okay? It was that simple. Why did we get calls here and make huge money? These calls went anywhere from, in all reality, our portfolio was up 16,000%, and most of that was the S&P 500 along with 72 other alerts that we put out during that 2 month time frame. Yes, it was 16,000%. And if you'd like to email me, I'll be more than happy to send you all the information for that, including all the snapshots of what was alerted in the chat room. We record everything real time into the chat room, underneath the chat room, where there's a little forum that we post on, okay? Charts and alerts and everything else. So here's the big move here. So you made huge money downside, huge money upside. I mean, 2,500%, 1,300%, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that was taken care of. So we filled this gap beautifully. All right, we did it. Yay, huge, huge for us. Now let's move it up to this one. Why? Because we created a gap back up on the upside. Very important. And we also had another gap right here that we're going to mark out. Okay, so now this is just daily. Remember, we're just on the daily. So there's a little tiny gap right here. Close enough. You get my picture, okay? So when we came off of the 30, rode up to the top again, guess what? We planned, and certain triggers had set in place where we wrote it down, okay? And it came down all the way down here for another reason, which you can find on the 60-minute chart, was a gap there. So our entry for the upside was literally at 198.54, okay? 198.54. That was our entry. That's maximizing your trade. Our exit was here. Okay? And then we just had a couple of 210s. We staggered our purchases. We laid out the whole plan. It wasn't just 1 week or a weekly. Okay? We planned the entire trade to go the distance. And by doing that, you will learn how to do that with us and maximize each week all throughout the process when you're purchasing the whole bundle, whether it's on the bottom to go long or on the top to go short. Okay, there's a procedure that you should follow if you're playing options. All right, we're not option gurus, we're not any of that stuff. All we do is technical analysis and planning. Okay, you have to plan, and we plan. All right, we really analyze the companies that we're posting on. Okay, and this is just one. This is the S&P 500. We did WYNN and about 50 others, 70 others. um, so uh, so it's not just this. This is the example I want to give you for technical analysis. Okay, so why did we get in here and get all excited? Okay, because it was time. All right. Remember I said we were coming. You saw that angle. Okay. So there's a trend that's in place. We could not break the R1 R2 pivot on this at 208.71. Okay. It tried one, two, three times. It couldn't do it. So what are you doing at that point? We know. We told everybody what to do. And guess what? We're already up well over 100% in our options, okay? And it's time for this to make a measured move to the downside. But on this move to the upside, we created this gap right here, okay? So this is going to be the first easy target right here. It's going to be this gap fill. Okay, so we know this is going to come down. We broke the middle Bollinger Band yesterday. We made huge money yesterday, and we're going to make a lot more money on this. So what we're going to do is take this all the way down here. Really, you ask? Yes, we're going to take it down here. Why do we think that? I think it's going to go a little bit lower down into the 197 area, 196 area. Okay, but this is the candle right here, so it's technical analysis, and there's a reason why we say this. Okay, so you can see here, relative strength index is at right around 60. All right, 50 is the measured move down here, and this will create the gap fill. All right, but we're going to do something like this all the way down for the next 4 weeks. Okay, we're going to get a nice move to the downside potentially. Okay, and news can change that. Anything can change that. All right, so when you first cross to the downside and you oscillate, look all the way down. Okay, you crossed right here. Cross right there. And we haven't even crossed yet. So we bought it right here. Why do we buy it right here? Because we like the top to maximize our profits. We're not buying tomorrow. All right. We don't have any room to buy tomorrow. We already lost how much? 110%, 130% on some of those, 200% on some of them. No, you buy the top and ride it to the bottom, okay? With a proper plan in place. All right. So here's a daily. Here are a couple little targets, nothing spectacular, okay? Some little ones. But we're going to get a hammer down a little bit lower, and we might even get down to this area over here, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Right now I'm going to work on this measured move. Okay, so I'm doing a weekly plan now. This is a weekly plan, okay? Right now is my daily I'm using as my entry. My daily I'm using as my entry because I'm doing a weekly plan. So if I was doing a day trade, I would use my 15 minute, 30 minute, and 60-minute chart. I wouldn't even care about my daily, weekly, monthly. So planning is key. We'll teach you all that. I promise. I promise. Let's go to a weekly now, okay? So we're going for the weekly. We have our lines in place, okay? We have our lines beautifully set right here. We've had our measured move in place. We'll move that circle right here. Let's really look at this a little more, and I'm going to keep it real simple here, okay? I don't need this anymore. I don't want that. Here's going to be my target, okay? And there's a reason my target is in place, okay? So I have that gap I think I can get to. I really think I can get to it, all right? Look at this. You're at 57.96. Here's your middle Bollinger Band, okay? So by the time I get to 50, it's going to be here at 201, all right? And then all we need is another 50% move to come down and fill this gap. Get a nice little hammer and power forward, okay? Look at how easy it was to sell those calls that week, to sell those calls that week, to sell those calls that week, to sell these calls this week. When did we buy them? Right here. We bought them at 189. 189 on the double bottom. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? It's all about your planning process. Now, what are we doing going forward? Because all we have is back data. We don't have any forward-looking data. How do we plan this so it really might work for us? Let's verify some of that information. Let's look at some fig arcs. Fig arcs. Okay? So fib arcs are basically what I'm going to do is set up a pattern for you, okay? Look at that. Beautiful. So it's right inside. It's following beautiful, okay? Now, if you look at this a little bit further, let's do it this way, okay? Let's take this one and we're going to run this way. We know that's the top. We already hit our top, right? Yeah, we know we hit our top. So let's bring it down to this line. All right, so let's move this over a little bit more. Bring that up there. Bring that right there. Okay, that looks pretty good, right? Yeah, that's pretty much set in place. All right, so we're in the fib arc right here, okay? So what are you looking at for the bottom? We're looking at the end of February. I mean, the end of January, right? Or the first week of February, and that's going to be at bottom of the measured move. Well, that's a nice plan. That sounds good. So you can actually plan this whole move to the downside, Matt? Oh, hell yeah, you can. And you know what? You're going to bank on it. All right. Then what's going to take place? All right. Well, we're going to go back up, right? Because the relative strength index is going to be down at 30 now. All right. Your stochastics is going to be down here now at the zero line. Your derivative oscillator is going to be down here oversold. And your average true range is going to be the same way. So what do we do now? Well, let's take a look at it because you know what we're going to do? We're going to create a head and shoulders pattern. Yes, we are. And it's that simple. But there's something else you need to take into note now, okay? Something that's very important to this whole situation. All right, let's get rid of this. Let me give myself a little more room here. So you see the pattern that's developing, right? And this is on a weekly chart. All right, beautiful. So we had a higher high here. So, oh, look at this. This is an awesome pattern to the upside. Beautiful, beautiful pattern to the upside, right? Anybody disagree? I don't think so. Okay, now here's another strategy coming this way. All right, we're crossing to the downside. Isn't that a beautiful thing? So what's going to happen here is unless this line is broken right here, okay, and this is just guesstimations, okay, that's all it is guesstimation. If this pattern is broken to the upside, then we're going to go up, all right? But logically, let's look at this. Your relative strength index, when it comes down here, is going to be at 30. It's going to get here for 30, correct? Correct. So that means it's oversold. Oversold. So what's going to happen? We're going to need a bounce. And the bounce is going to be where the gap is created either tomorrow or the next day, tomorrow or Monday. All right. So really look at these things so you understand the big picture. Okay. Plan the whole trade. So we're going to come up, we're probably going to get in this area somewhere. This isn't a true science. It's just me planning and me showing you how to plan. It could relatively come down here on the low side. All right. And sit here for 2 months. And then when we get this to take place, all right, then we can bust this line to the downside. Right. Okay, now you're seeing what I'm talking about. So it's either going to be an upside or a downside move pretty violently come June. All right. And if anybody's seen my videos, they know what I'm predicting. My members know what I'm predicting for the end of 2016, whatever the case may be. All right. So here's what we're looking at right now. This is the S&P 500. Now you do this with any single company that you're looking at. You take your different time frames, you plan the trade so you fully understand what's shaking and what's going on. So for your weekly, if you're planning multi-weeks, use your weekly, but entries for your daily. Pick your perfect entries on your daily, sell through the weekly. Okay? When you want to exit, you exit using your daily for that week. Okay? So it's really simple process. It sounds simple. It is simple, okay? If you come in, you're not just getting stock picks and newsletters and crap like that. Okay, we're here for our members. We're going to teach you and create this sense of confidence in you to start making the right decisions. Your portfolio's down for the year. Your portfolio's down for last year. You're losing money every day. What are you doing wrong? You don't know what you're doing wrong. All right. This is going to increase your odds tenfold. All right. We're doing this so you can gain control of your portfolio. You can manage your own profits coming into 2015, 16, and beyond. All right. And this is with everything. Everything you can do yourself. All right. You just need the basic foundation to be able to train your eyes to see what you're looking at before you make these silly decisions or smart decisions. And this is where Milestone will come into play for you. Okay, we're passionate about what we do. We understand, and we're going to teach. We teach every single day. We had a class this morning at 6 o'clock this morning, 7, 8, 9 o'clock this morning, and it's New Year's Day. But there are 23 people, 33 people in there, and we got into it. Off hours at night, forget it. It's out of control, the learning that goes on. During the day, 125 people in the chat room, and we're having a blast. I'm live. I can answer any question you have. So look, to maximize every trade, to maximize your profit, we're going to hit it big again on SPY, okay? And then we're going to hit it big again on SPY. And we're going to hit it big on PCLN, and we're going to do it on the bios, and we're going to do it on Amazon, and we're going to do it on ALXN, we're going to do it on SAM, we're going to do it on SSYS, REGN. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all about proper planning. And this is just a basic idea for you, okay, on what we do. It is so much more in detail than this. Our videos will give you the foundation. Our team will train you every day. All right, you can't beat it. Take a 6-month trial run with us. All right, 6 months, $6.99. Our members, there's all but a few that have paid for their membership, their lifetime memberships, in one day, and you can ask them. Take it. It's the best thing you can possibly do. It's a great environment to learn, trade, invest, and just have a great time with an amazing group of people. All right. Enough about that. You understand what we're doing here. You could see the technical analysis. I wanted you to get a visual of it. This is Matt over at milestonecapitalgrowthportfolio.com. Today is the day you change your portfolio and your performance going forward. No more losing money. Get that out of your head. No more emotion. Get back at the market. Get your money back in your portfolio. Have yourself a wonderful 2015. And if you don't join, watch my videos every night. You're going to learn. If you don't join, take the extra effort to help yourself understand what you're doing wrong and why, and how you can better yourself. Or else just step away from the market. This is Matt Cowell over Milestone. Have yourself a fantastic new year.